Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GrayManPrepping. It's time for a little late, but Tactical Tuesday. We're talking tactics, gear, and more, mainly gear, because tonight's topic is first aid kit customizing. And how's everybody doing out there? Yeah, it was fun yesterday. I was trying to work on stuff and do stuff that actually used the internet. All of a sudden, boom, it's like, what the crap's going on? And at first, I thought it was just my router acting up like it does. Probably about once a month, I got to go turn it on, turn it off, refresh it. But on the west side, on some of the videos where I've shown the west side of the house looking out towards the irrigation canal and stuff, you can see in the distance there the Yellowstone Highway. And Union Pacific is out there working on one of the bridges and stuff because they're going to be doing something with it for the irrigation canal, something because it goes under their stuff. They got to do on it. Well, anyways, they went and cut the trunk line for the fiber optics, took out the entire everything south of Idaho Falls. So yeah, it was an interesting day here. Well, let's get over here and say hi to everybody. Oh, got some more people popping in here, a bunch of them. So let's go to the top. So the first one in was Utah Mike, and he said, can't make it tonight. Take care, team. Then Walt Rogers came in. Then Troop 1351, Mother Earth Garden Club. Prepper for the Ages, Geeky Gardens, Mad Chick Acres, Angels Homestead, It's the Marshmallow Man, KP Heathen, Diana 2, Butch Graves. All right, so we got a small crowd in here tonight. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, all right. Says we got 12 in here now. All right, hang on here. You got pop-ups popping up everywhere here. All righty. So tonight we're going to break things up a little bit here. Let me go back to the top one up here. The first message I put up here was, yes, got a special announcement in the latter half of the live stream here, dealing with a bunch of stuff as far as the channel goes here. And one that has to do with a little giveaway challenge going out here. So we'll get to that later. All right. So tonight's about first aid kit customization, and I'm going to drop the link in for any of you with issues and stuff that might need to talk about first aid kits and stuff. That there goes the link. So let's get to the first. Let's get over here, and not a bad little first aid setup there, but. Yeah, so you can go, I would say 99% of the first aid kits in the U.S. are bought. Of those, probably 15%, 20% are actually modified. And Susan Galay just came in, and Little Lone Prepper showed up. Thank you. And so, I got 3 pictures here. These are all from Doc Bones and Nurse Amy's. Hey, Lois, how's it going?
Hey, all right.
And they got they got a whole bunch of different kits. A doctor and a nurse. Hey, they actually have ones set up for different things. And so one of the things they got different ones. This is the big boy. Yeah. Like if I turn it sideways, it'd be small. You wouldn't be able to see. I mean, they got all sorts of and just about everything in here, and it's multiple layers on this backpack stuff. And then some of them are a little bit, specifically oriented for certain things. But one thing to remember is that a first aid kit means that you are actually the first responder, because you're going to be giving first aid with your first aid kit. And first aid means you're first. And so having a proper kit is going to help you out. And I think that's the last one I got on this. Yeah, that's the last one I got on that. So we'll take that and take that down. I don't need over there. Okay, everything's just acting up here all of a sudden. Ooh, everything's acting up weird. I mean, really weird here. Technical difficulties here. Let me just close that one, get that one out of there. Okay. There it goes. All right. Now things are working up a little bit better. All right. Man, it's scary that I thought I was going to lose everything again. It's like, what's going on here? All righty. So why do you need to customize your first aid kit? Hang on, let me get something back on my side here. Yeah. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to put something back up here. Yeah, so why do you need to customize your first aid kit? Simple, because I'm different than Lewis. Lewis is different than Mark. Mark's different than Butch. Butch is different than Diana. Diana's different than Suzanne, who's different than Little Lone Prepper, who's different than Angel Stone. Everybody's different. Everybody's family is different. Having been a scoutmaster, and my wife being the committee chair and assistant scoutmaster at times, dealing with the scouts, one of the first things we make every scout do is to put together a personal first aid kit. Not an individual first aid kit, a personal first aid kit. But Tammy Harder just came in. Hey, Tammy. And so with a personal first aid kit, it's personalized to you, not to be used by, it can be used, you can use certain things for everybody else, but it's not meant to be used by anybody for some of the things. Yes, they all have bandages, Band-Aids, adhesive bandages, gauze, gauze pads, gauze wraps, the athletic tape to secure stuff, tweezers and stuff like that, which is pretty much all the generic stuff that's in all this first aid kits you get. But you customize them to fit your needs. Now, one of the things my wife and I did with the first aid kits we got was, I wear cheaters. So these are 2 times magnification. And half the time you see I'm looking slightly over it when I need to see farther away, but when I need to see close up or read the friggin' chat, I look down through them. I used to have the half moons, but these have the blue light protection for the screen and stuff on it. But for our first aid kits, we got some 4x, 4 times magnification cheaters and put them in all the first aid kits. And then for laughs and giggles, I got a bunch of my half moon 2 times readers and stuck them in there too, because I put one pair on, I put another pair on in front of it, and now I got 8 times magnification. So if I'm trying to dig out a splinter or see is there what in the heck is in here that hurts so bad, and you can't see it even with a 4x, put the other one on also, you got 8. It's like, oh, there's that little itty bitty little thorn or whatever, or prickly or whatever the heck it is.
Sometimes you need like a cutting utensil to dig them out because they're in there so deep or so awkward, and that's gonna hurt, right? Like, when you're poking yourself, right? But there's no there's no other way, and make sure you got like sanitizing stuff for that when you do that.
Yeah.
And then depending on when I've done that to myself, I'll get a little bit of polysporin and rub it on there with a little bandage on it for half an hour or so.
Hey, hang on, my daughter just texted me something urgent here. I got to respond to it here. One of the kids is acting up and wants to know if he can come over here.
Yeah, a couple of the things that I got in my I got a little first aid kit, nothing serious, but it one of the first things that I added to it was toilet paper and electrical tape. and making sure I had a good supply of polysporin, because most of the time it's just cuts with me, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, for the most part, it's beyond Band-Aid holdable, so it's do I go to the hospital for stitches, or can this be bandaged up and you take nail clippers and cut the dead skin off after,
Yeah, I can't find the other thing I was looking for here.
It's I even got the gauze you get from the dentist when you have your teeth pulled.
Yeah,
I even have that.
Yeah,
too, right?
You said fingernail clippers.
I find that
we had
those
fingernail. Yeah. Since you said fingernail clippers, so yeah, we had fingernail clippers for all our first aid kits as well too.
Yeah, because sometimes, like I've worked in the meat industry and I've seen plenty of cuts, right? And I've even had to sew up a couple, and you get used to it, right?
Yeah.
But you also learn, can I get away with this? Can I get away with that? But you got to be like extra careful with it, and you got to make sure that you got the polysporin, the sanitizing stuff like the hydrogen peroxide, and you're changing it out every so often, and especially when you're working, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're staying on top of it, right? So
okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Let's see. All right. So, question here is: does FEMA have first aid recommendations? What they have is get a kit, customize the kit, get first aid training, including CPR and infant CPR, and that's their recommendation. That's the only recommendations that FEMA puts out. Jay says a military IFAC makes a good thing. That's an individual first aid kit, and a good start. But there are a lot of other ones and stuff that if you can't get to those. But one of the things like we add to all of our decent sized first aid kits is a multi-tool with needle nose on it, not big fat ones, the needle nose, because there's times you're going to need that, especially if you go fishing. My brother hooked the back, tossed it, hit the lure back behind him and went to flick it, and it hung on a piece of manzanita, and we flicked it. And it came back and whoop, because it wasn't going up because it caught on the manzanita. There are a bunch of things to add to a first aid kit that generally they don't have, and it depends how big of a you're going to have several different first aid kits. You're going to have a little car first aid kit. You're going to have a camping first aid kit. You're going to have the home, the big one in the house for anything happens in the house, around the house. A lot of people, that one, they just put it all in the cupboard. So they open up like the medicine cabinet or a cupboard and they got all that stuff in it. And generally stuff like a stethoscope and blood pressure cuff goes in a cupboard type where you got all the stuff, so you can just go. You're not trying to tear everything apart. You might have a stethoscope and a first aid kit and a bigger one you take camping, like that big one I showed from Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. I'm just trying to read that.
One of the things that you should probably one of the things you should probably have is a utility knife. I had one. It had 3 different blades on it: a straight blade, a branch cutting blade, and a seatbelt cutting blade on it, in case if you were like in a car accident and it'll cut your seatbelts. And it also had like a pointed metal tip on the one end that you could smash against the glass and it would break the glass.
Yeah.
Assuming you're mentioning the car, one for the car.
Yeah, but that would be something that wouldn't be in the first aid kit if you're for breaking out. A tool like that is probably going to be in the console between in the console between in the driver's front seat type thing. Let's see what else we got here. We got.
I had it so I could carry it around with me everywhere because it was just a little pocket knife, like a something you can stick in your pocket, right? And I always carried it with me. But it may not come in the first aid kit. You might have to go to a hardware store or something like that to get it.
Yeah. All right. Suzanne says that it all works, but duct tape. Yeah, that's one of the things you can get. You don't have to have a big roll of duct tape. You can get you just want to get down, gets down smaller. Put that one in the first aid kit there. Sometimes you get a bunch of, you go through, brush up against a star thistle or a stinging nettle, and you got a bunch of things in your hand or whatever. You try to get that out that way. Baby aspirin is something that you need to have for both older and younger people. Those that are whose health the doctors say carry baby aspirin with you. That's one of the things to have in your first aid kit. I'm trying to get, it's just everything's going here quick. The feedback is coming on off of Lewis's side there. I can tell that by the way the thing's bouncing here on my monitor here. All right. Benadryl. Benadryl, we have multiple things of Benadryl in our first aid. We have Benadryl tablets and we have Benadryl cream. Because if you get like a bee sting or something like that, they can take a Benadryl, but you can also take the cream and rub around the bee sting after you get the stinger out, and that helps, with that. No, we did not mention sterile eye wash and an eye patch yet, but depending on the kit you get, some of them will have that in there, but most do not. It's something you may want to get put in there because poop happens. Antibiotic swab, alcohol wipes, yes. And the alcohol wipes you can get in two different level. You can get the 70% alcohol wipes and you can get the 91% alcohol wipes. So that's something there. And as far as the antibiotic salve, ointment, your triple antibiotic, I'm trying to think of the name of it right now, the main one that's out there. One of the ingredients some people are allergic to, so they have to get they use like the Becatracin, the 2 antibiotic ones. Butch says, may first aid match the seasons, so they don't go around in a large pack. Very good. You can buy flat pack, make your own. Okay, thanks, Suzanne. Let's see here.
Yeah, I remember one time I was adding the tire to my gate, my house, my driveway. And I was grinding. I had safety glasses on when I did it, but I was at a particular angle. I got some stuff in my eye. I had to go to the eye doctor to get it dug out. And then after that, I had to use special eye drops and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, suction device. Oh, so it's like a for sucking stuck food out or something. Actually, I've never seen that sold anywhere. I've heard people talk about it, but I've never seen it sold. So that's something you need to look into possibly. The other thing is also make sure you learn the training to properly do the Heimlich maneuver as well on that. Let's see. Diana 2 has one. Okay.
Having a belt or a tensor bandage in case if you injure yourself enough, like say on your arm or something, and you gotta help stop the bleeding, you can just wrap the belt around your arm or your leg or whatever, or use a tensor bandage even, right?
Yeah. Here, we're going to get the tourniquet stuff here in a minute. I'm trying to get to this guy. Actually, baby ass. I mean, all our doctors always said you baby ass. That's what we took. That's what our doctor said to use it. Our doctor said stay away from Tylenol because it has other side effects which are not good for kids. So check with your doctor. I'm not giving any professional thing here. Check with your doctor, see what they recommend for it. But our doctor told us not to use Tylenol for our kids. That's what our doctor said. So I want to make sure I don't get hit for giving out medical advice here. But yeah, so that's what the our doctor told us to do. So check with your doctor. Let's see. Oh, Mark got an ad. Let's see here. Yeah, you can slowly add to it. Don't try to go out. I already got a first aid kit. Now I got to go out and spend all this money real quick to fill it. To do it. Figure it out. Make a list of what you got to do. Now, if you're going to do a second one, you know what you've added to the first one. You pretty much know what you're going to need to add to the second one on it. And Mother Garden Club got an ad. Okay, the suction device is on Amazon. All right, let's get down. I'm way behind in the comments here. Oh, the vac costs about $75. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Mother's Garden Club the things. An aspirator bulb though goes up the nose, and that's something when we had some kids and stuff. We added the we were given a whole bunch of aspirator bulbs for we had our first child, and so we added it to the first aid kits. Burn ointment. All right, I've got to be careful here because this is going to be considered giving out information stuff. Check with what the doctors actually say about it, because I know Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, and I know for the what was taught in the Homeland Security's CERT program for everybody on it is the problem of putting ointments on it traps heat inside and causes it to continue to burn. Where cool water is what is taught by Red Cross and CERT and the other organizations and stuff like that. That's what they teach. So get your first aid training on it. Yeah, we personally have taken all those quote burn ointments out because they don't work. Well, they're it's like big pharma selling them. All right. Everyone's talking about too much Tylenol. That's the common thing going out there. So, yeah.
Up here, I got to walk up to the counter to get Tylenol once, but I regularly use Tylenol once. I haven't had a problem with it as of yet. And I've been using it for 15 or 20 years now. And I'm not trying to give medical advice or whatever, but that's what I do for myself for some aches and pains, right?
Right. Okay, I'm trying to watch several things here. Man, everybody's just throwing stuff up here. Okay. So one of the things I want to go over here too is I'm going to go over and bring up something else here. Sorry. So this is Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. If you haven't followed me for a while, I've had Doc Bones and Nurse Amy on both channels for a lot of live streams and stuff, giving them talking about stuff. So you go to store.doomandbloom.net, and so first aid kits. That's right. Where's the first aid kits? Okay, that's the pet. They have a pet first aid kit. All these are different first aid kits. They have all different types of ones. My pet and parent first aid kit, and then Nurse Amy's deluxe minor wound kit, nasal emergency kit, nose trauma, eye emergency kit, deluxe labor and baby delivery kit, the Pew Pew wound kit, the Stomp Plus. That's one of the big ones. That's their big first aid kit. And you got the car grab and go kit, first aid dental grab and go kit, ultimate compact kit. They got, a bunch of different ones, and then you can customize these for things, particularly what you need. And there's the large stomp one. And then you got the family size grab and go. So this is in a backpack. So you got severe trauma wound kits, So there are specialty ones that they, put out for those that are have concerns about specific things as well. A lot of I just missed here on stuff going up here on the thing. Yeah. Cool water for burns and kits there. And that. Okay. Now, talk to your doctor about, these treatments and stuff. I'm not giving out first aid medical advice here. It's just people saying what they have heard others do. Check with your doctor. Get your doctor's thing on it. As far as the saline froze, it is an approved canning item that you can either water bath or a pressure can, either pints or quarts or whatever, for have saline solution in your cupboard. Yeah. One of the things that we haven't had a chance to mention, I wanted to mention for sure on here, was if you have allergies. Some people have allergies and they need to put over-the-counter allergy medicine into their first aid kits. They also need to put the prescription ones for individuals and make sure everything's properly labeled, including an EpiPen. I know a lot of people, when I was teaching a CERT class, said, "Oh, I'm allergic to bees. I'm allergic to this. I have an EpiPen." Well, talk to your doctor, get another prescription for another one or whatever, and add it to your kits.
Now, I know this might be a weird thing, but Narcan, I know it does more than just bring you from an overdose of certain stuff, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things we can't talk about. We can't talk about that. The IA does not want that to stop.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Campylphenique is an old favorite for in fact, yeah. I used to use Campylphenique for a lot of stuff when I was a little kid. So there's a bunch of things you can get and you add to your first aid kit. Check with your doctor to find out what your doctor would recommend you add. Because your doctor has your health thing. Goes, oh yeah. Oh, by the way, you should add this, what your family health stuff is. I know some families, they have one doctor for the adults and one doctor for the kids. We had a great family practitioner who was also he delivered babies too. So my brother, he delivered all 6 of my brother's kids and delivered most of their kids as well. So he delivered 3 generations.
I remember that.
Yeah. And so
I remember that. My first doctor gave birth to me and then was my doctor for like 20 years and my whole family's doctor.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. They stick with it. I am not your doctor. Yeah, ask something to ask your doctor about. Check with your doctor. Exactly, Suzanne. Check with your doctor. Come on, get off. There we go. Yeah, and that's everyone read Little's last comment in there. But yeah, we used to have that stuff all over we had the alcohol, the iodine, medical, and everything, all the different little things we used to have growing up. And it was like, you did it, suck it up. Here, we're going to clean the wound. And yeah. All right. So basically go through and check with your doctor or your medical practitioner and find out what they think you need to add to your first aid kits. Now, like I said, I got a huge one that I got. I can't remember the channel name now. About 4 years ago, I won it in a contest they had, and it's a big old bag of stuff. And I just got it. I put the bag up on top of some of the emergency stuff to run outside and do first aid stuff out there, and everything else is set up in the medicine cabinet. It's a big 3 foot wide, 5 foot tall cabinet in the master bath, and just put it in. I got everything in there, and stuff in there, and so I got a grab bag to go out for some kid, the neighbors or my grandkids, or somebody gets hurt outside. And I got the stuff to go out there and handle that. But then I also have a first aid kit in each of the vehicles. I have a first aid kit in my, I still have my Scoutmaster bag, backpack packed with sleeping bag and everything else on it because, hey, it's a good emergency, good to go. And it's got a first aid kit in there. So make sure you have different first aid kits because you can't have the big monster one everywhere absolutely everywhere. You need to pick and choose for some of the other ones. That's why Nurse Amy and Dr. Jones had so many different first aid designed for specific things as well. Yeah, it teaches the kid when they're playing in a little inflatable pool out on the grass. Make sure they mow it first and get rid of all the clover blossoms so the bees aren't out there while you're playing around in the water. I don't know how many times we stepped on a bee as little kids, playing in the water on the front lawn.
Oh, I remember one time I was cutting down a tree and it had a bee's nest in it. And it hit the ground, and I didn't see it, and I stepped right in it.
Yeah. Hang on.
I did not like that very much.
Yeah. So all right. So we're at that point there. Okay. So can anybody think anything specific that a person might need to put in there? Oh, you need to get a better set of scissors for the first aid kit than the ones that come in any of them, unless you buy one of the big ones like Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, where they actually have medical, all the scissors and the everything. So you need to get a good set of scissors. You also need to get a couple good sets of tweezers. And hang on, I just thought of something, folks. Just give me a second. Let me bring it up here. Orders, because I got one for my wife and I forgot to look it up here. See if that works right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got this a few years ago, as you'll be able to tell here in a second. So I bought these back in 2014 for my wife's first aid kits, and it comes in a little wrap bag. And so you got all the different sizes for different things and different type tips on it. And unfortunately, this one is currently available. But hey, there's some other ones that get off there. There's another one down here. But some of the ones that we got, my dad made when he was a machinist, made a set out of some hardened steel that was a needle sharp on those, and those things lasted for. See, my dad made it in 84, 83, and my wife and I still have that one. I've had to do some when my nieces and nephews were trying to price something with it. I had to carefully straighten it back out and get it so it pinches, works right, but it's still nice and sharp as ever. I mean, it's like a grade 8 steel tip on it. And so those are good tweezer set. Now, I also have, besides the pointed ones, I also got the ones that you find from Revlon tweezers that have the angled flat tip on it. Those are great for getting hold of something wide. If you're working on a cut or a raspberry scratch that got dirt in there, you can poke and peel. You can pull the skin back a little bit, dig out the gravel that the kid ground into his knee or his elbow, and then wash it out and then put the skin back down again. Yeah, I know. I swear, Jack, you're probably on Little Known Prepper and Geeky Gardens are probably all the same thing. I swear, our parents told us, we died a couple times, and our parents told us just walk it off, wash it off with the garden hose, and walk it off. Let's see here. Ear kits. Yeah, there are special ear kits as well. All right, got a little content for you. All right, so, all right, I'm going to wrap this portion up because I got to get into something else that's going on with the channel here. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of that. Drop that down. Get rid of that. Get up here. So there has been there were some problems happening this started like I think Friday or so or Thursday. I had a couple of the channel members say, "Hey, my stuff disappeared," and this is for channel members. Some of them think their levels disappeared, and one of the things I went in and I checked, and the levels were gone off of the platform. They weren't I wasn't able to offer them anymore. And I've been receiving some emails and comments and stuff from different channel members and just subscribers that I need to update it anyways. And then all of a sudden another one disappeared. So I spent part of the Sunday and Monday trying to work it out. And so I'm redoing the channel memberships here. And so I got the new ones to stick. And so I'm going to go over them, and then I'm going to discuss a giveaway coming up here as well. All right, so Lewis, I'm going to drop you off here, okay?
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
All right. All right, so let me get this going here. And this up here. Come on, let's go. There it goes. All right. All right, so I can get to work right here. All right, so we got updates to the channel memberships. There are now 4 levels to choose from. And the pricing on the lowest level has changed because some people are saying you're charging too little for it. For all your giveaways, you need to charge you more. And the staff sergeant saw that comment, and she asked to look into it, and she goes, "Yeah, you're going to charge more. So if you ever change it around, you need to charge more for it." So here's what's going on. All right, so the first level is the beginner prepper level. Second one is the Grayman level. And the third level is the survivalist level. Now, the survivalist level is the only one that stayed at it. It's the only one that didn't drop out, as far as I know. Because I see someone here is still listed as a member of it. And so it looks like that one stayed going. So the beginner prepper level is now $299. Yes, I was ordered to that. The GrayMan level is $5.99, but there's the fourth level, and the fourth level is the Fortress level, and it has a whole bunch more stuff to it, and it's got some, a lot more time requirements on my side, so I was told to up on that. So that's a special one. We'll get into what all these have for them. So for beginner prepper level, the perks are, member-only videos, member-only community posts, giveaways, and some more items, and there's some more things that are coming down the pike as we get stuff going on. Oh, by the way, the other news is the staff sergeant is retiring on April 30th. So she'll be retiring April 30th. Maybe coming up here right away. Maybe not. Maybe she's going to be straightening up stuff down there, but she is retiring. All right, so these are the perks for the beginner prepper level. For the GrayMan level, everything is included in the beginner prepper level, plus extra bonus entries on giveaways on the Wheel of Names and stuff like that. Member-only videos, member training videos, and more stuff that I'm going to be adding to it as the staff sergeant and I get things figured out where we're going to assign other perks to. The Survivalist level perks, there's everything mentioned before, plus even more entries on giveaway. Members only live stream training. So I had to do live stream training. I'll be doing live stream training for the Survivalist levels, and it's got more stuff in here as well. And hang on a second, I'm looking at side chat here. Oh, yes, I forgot. Headlights or chest lights for your first aid kits. I'll let her know. All right, so that's Survivalist, and the Fortress levels are everything before, plus bonus mentors, even more entries on the giveaways, private training / conference video times, and more. One of the things that we're doing is going to be offering, if and this has come up, several people have asked me to talk to their group, and so that's what this type of thing is, where I can actually run it's not actually a stream to YouTube type thing, but it's like streaming, and it's almost like, come on, brain. What's that one that's a Chinese spy network one? I just lost the one that a lot of people use. I can't think of the name of the video conferencing call with that thing that a lot of people use. Someone will come up with it here. Not TikTok. No, it's a shoot. All I know is that it's based in China and all this stuff, and they were embedding stuff on people's computers. Zoom, that's it, Zoom. And so they're okay. We'll move our servers out of China. Well, they set up servers in Pakistan to run it, but it downloads everything back to China anyways. So they just did a bait and switch on it. So it was Zoom, but basically, it's on here on this, so it's not going live. But they bring it in and we can talk. I have multiple people up. We can talk about things. They can ask me questions. I can help train their group and get them going along that they need to go along. Or an individual needs some really serious help and they want to talk to me and the staff sergeant about budgeting and stuff like that. So that's what this level's for. That's what the private training conference video time is set up. And I can set them up where I can just be a moderator and they can run their own little one between their own private people without it going out onto YouTube or anything else like that. It's just be a private one like that. And that's the end of it. Yeah. So we're working on what more things to add to each level to give each level a little bit more. But yeah, so there's going to be more private member videos coming out and more private member training as well coming out as well. Bushcraft family, how's it going? All right. So with that, we are, let me get that down and out of the way here. So right now the channel is currently sitting at 1,974 subscribers. And so I'm going to do a subscriber giveaway here. And let me get this up here going. And this is a contest where channel members can get on a big giveaway for helping me to get to 2,000. So we're starting here like this. And the way this works is to get, we have, oh, I forgot to say hi to Toot by V. Since he came up with the name first of Zoom. All right, to qualify for the giveaway, this is the same thing I did for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, only I'm going to do it a little bit different here. To qualify for this, you need to get people to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. That's part one. Part two is, or B, they need to watch 3 videos. Now it's getting important here. They can watch any 3 videos, but it's easier for me if they watch, and you give them this one, a little bit about GrayManPrepping. I'll show you what it's easy. All they need to type into is on the YouTube on the search bar, a little bit about GrayManPrepping, and hit it, and it takes it right to, it's a 1-minute video, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Another one is Prepping in Private, #1, where to hide food, money, etc. That is my most watched video. Several thousand views on that one. And the other one is the Your Prep for Today Shorts introduction video. That's a 1.5 minutes. And here's the most important part of whatever video they watch. And you need to get people to do this, is they need to leave a comment on each of the videos, each of the 3 videos, and put in there, Toot by, or Bushcraft Family sent me over, or Tammy Harder sent me over, or Diana 2 sent me over. They got to put that in there, that specific thing. So it's whatever your channel, or if you don't, I don't have a channel. Well, you got a name here on YouTube presence, so that sent me over, and then they can make any other comments that they like afterwards. Now this came up because someone asked this the last time, came up when I was setting it up. So for each subscriber completing that and does that and says 3 different videos says that you sent them over, you get a point, and it's going to be tracked on a spreadsheet. And if one of your new subscribers gets others to subscribe, they get a point, but you also get a half point. That's as far down as that goes. Just second level only. So the channel with the highest number of points from new subscribers joining my channel gets first place. The second highest gets second place, and so forth for 3rd through 6th place. So there's going to be 6 giveaways. Now, the giveaway contest ends 2 weeks after the channel hits the 2,000 mark. It's passed, and it stays passed. That's why it's 2 weeks after you hit the mark, because I hit like the 1,000 mark, and the next day they took 20 away, and then I hit it again, and they took 10 away. So it's after been for 2 weeks at the 2,000 point above, and that's what it's going to go with that. Little Lone Prepper, you're on a lot of other channels and stuff. You can put a comment, hey, go over to Gills and tell them that I sent you over. And that's what people have done that on other ones. That's how I got some of the last time. And he did the same thing for Camp Patton Family Compound. They said, hey, so-and-so sent me over here. And so, hey, you don't have to, you can talk it up on other people's channels in the side chat. Now, the giveaways portion. First place is getting a copy of Doc Bones and Nurse Amy's 4th edition of the excellent award-winning 4th thing of the Survival Medicine Handbook, the Essential Guide for When Help is Not on the Way. That's a $39.98 value currently. It's 5% off, but it may go back up again. So whatever it is, that is going to be the first place prize. There is an option on this. If the winner of that wants the spiral bound one, they can kick in the difference, which is $50 from this one, and they'll get the spiral bound one, and I'll send it to them off of Amazon. It's the same as at Amazon or at the doomandbloom.net, but Amazon ships it for free. So second place gets a $20 Amazon gift card. Third place gets a $10. Fourth, fifth, and sixth gets a $5 Amazon gift card. If we have a bunch of people becoming channel members and I can afford, I will bump those up. I'll bump those up. The more channel members we get, I will bump this up. All right. So so this is it. I will make another video just on this, and so it is. So that's the way that's going to work there. All right. So like I said, you can make and sometimes you can get the other channel, another channel. Hey, why don't you support? Throw this out there for people, and then tell me where you said that in the chat, and I see that, and that way I know you're getting stuff from that. So we'll work that out. So there's it's coming out here, the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And the reason I have these guys behind me, because if these guys are around, you're going to need a first aid kit. All right, so that's what's coming up here, and I don't know why some of the levels, a couple of the levels disappeared, and so but I did notice that if you've paid on those levels, you should be getting an email, because I got one on because Camp Patton Family Compound was subscribed to GrayManPrepping, and I got an email yesterday saying, "Oh, your subscription has it says your level no longer exists. We are refunding your money for it. Please look into joining joining again or whatever." So so my Camp Patton got refunded what it was paying the last month it was paying for membership. So those of you that were in the Grayman or the prepper level should be getting stuff. And speaking of that, hang on, just for laughs and giggles here, folks. Cold War Prepper's live in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to be going over to Cold War Prepper here in a minute. But let me get this so I can get in here so I can do this here. All right, so I'm throwing it up there now. I'm gifting out 5 memberships. They're only good for 30 days. So hunting and stuff with J&J, Texas Rider 122, Canadian Family Life, Big Chap, Tammy D were received gifts. And Mother Earth got an ad. So so I just gifted 5 out, and you can see in the chat who got the gifts. And so at the first sometime in the first week of next month, I'll be giving out another 10 of them as well. But these, like I said, these are only good for 30 days. So, and it gave him out at Grayman level. No, or not the Grayman level? No. Yeah, 5-man. So it just says, okay, I'm misreading it there. Okay. It's not saying what the level was. All right. But it's free. It's free for 30 days. Oh, okay. Let's see. Which one's going to be worse? That's got to be the Great Nuisance. That's got to be Pelosi, Harris, and Schumer. Yeah. All right. So let me drop that down. Close that out. And let's see if I can bring it up here real quick here for you guys. So we can go over and raid Cold War Prepper. Is this up there? Yes, there it is. So he's covering Chapter 3, Prepare Your Home for a Sudden Grid Down Situation. A closer look at off-grid. A look at off-grid power. That's the for tonight. Here, I'll drop the link in there for you guys. So when you go over there, say, Love Raid from GrayManPrepping. And I will see you guys over there. All right? Remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill every month. I'm going to repeat that. Learn a new skill every month. Make it a usable side hustle, make you more valuable skill. Like learn how to process meat, learn how to be a plumber, learn how to install solar power, learn how to fix small engines, how to like chainsaws and little pumps and stuff like that. All right. So learn a new skill and head on over now to Cold War Prepper. See you guys around.